The Alpha Sessions live on Radio Broccoli.
Hello, welcome back everybody. You're listening to the Alpha Sessions 15th anniversary broadcast, and we have a living legend in the studio today. One of our absolute faves, Natalie Shay, is back.
Hello.
How are you? How are you today?
I'm very good. Excited to be here.
Thank you for coming. It just makes it all that more special having people that we're just saying more like an annual appearance.
Yes, my annual visit to radio.
Yeah. And
yes.
it ties very nicely into this very important celebration. So you've got a lot going on, as always. You're always very busy, which we love. And you've just released Figure of Eight.
I have,
yes.
this last week, a week ago in a day.
Which is all fresh, it's all magical. And I'm excited to talk to you about that. And you're going to play 3 live songs as well. So to start us off, how's it going? How's the release been? Figure of Eight, how do you feel?
It's been good. We've got a new Music Friday, which is always good.
Hey.
If you get that, it doesn't mean that much, but it means you're off to a good start. Yeah. So yeah, that was good. The campaign's only kind of a week in, so lots more to come, but it's so far so good. Yes.
Do you often feel like beforehand it's more work, and then when it's out you feel a bit like, what do I do now? Or is it the opposite way around?
There's more work for me before, but
Yeah.
then once it's out, I suppose it's more, my job becomes managing, so it's more like, because I've sort of got 6 different promotional teams working on it, so I sort of have to talk to all of those, check they're all doing what they're doing, find out what they're doing. They want me to do interviews, they want me to send things, so it's more like, then I become more of a management role, whereas before it's more like creative and stuff.
Yeah. And how would you describe Figure of Eight? Is it EP?
It's a single.
But does it
off
come
of an
with...
EP that will be coming.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So tell me more about the actual song Figure of Eight.
So I wrote it actually about my friend. She was engaged to this guy who wasn't very nice to her, and she told me about it, and it sort of made me feel a certain way. And then I had a session with these 2 girls, Sophie and Evelina, and I guess it was on my brain, so I sort of brought it up, started talking about it, and they started telling me about people that they knew or things that had happened to them, sort of similar situations. We had a very big conversation all about these sort of toxic relationships, these trauma bond relationships where you sort of, you like the pain a bit, but you know that it's not right and you want to leave. So yeah, that was then we were like, let's write a song about it. So we wrote the song in that session. It could have been about a year ago now, and then here we are.
That's brilliant. When it works out like that, but having real life experience, and actually life experience that isn't your personal story, it's actually quite refreshing, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
I think it's a hard thing to display. A lot of songwriters do just put your heart on your sleeve, and everybody just hears all your insights. But what do you prefer it to be more about, like a third person kind of thing?
Yes, I think I can't really perform a song that doesn't have any connection to me in any way. I struggle sort of doing that ever. So I try and either sing about myself or a friend. As long as it's something that I have been through, then I feel like I can actually connect to it and perform it authentically. So yeah.
And you're saying you wrote that with women, which
2 girly wellies, yes.
It should be a surprise. It shouldn't be me sitting here being like, wow,
no,
that's
it's my
an
angle
achievement.
with it.
But, it's a brilliant thing. And we talked a little bit earlier with some other of the artists on here today about just females in the industry, women in the music industry, and kind of representing that. So how do you feel the industry is at the moment, just for women and as a woman?
I feel like in the time that I've been doing it, there's been a massive shift. I used to always get put on first, and now I don't. So it's like, I know that's not necessarily to do with me even really progressing. I think it's just I was always put on first, and then I'd always be followed by a guy who was either as known as me or whatever. It was never really, there was no reason. I think it was just because I was a girl and this was when I was younger. But whereas now I think actually it's benefited me. I feel like I get platforms. There's lots of things you can be part of. There's lots of different things you can do. I think it's the reason I've sort of got the chance to sort of get the guitars that I've been given and things, because I feel like they haven't got very many girls playing guitar, so it's got me free guitars. So that's been good. I think I've noticed a shift in the sort of short 11 years that I've been doing it. I've noticed a difference. I think it's going the right way. There's obviously still work, but I do think it's going the right way. So it's not. I don't think it's something that we need to moan about not being seen. I think we have been seen, but it's just taking a while to sort of equal out. But yeah, it's going there.
And putting that out in the right areas, I guess. You do school tours.
Yes, I do school tours.
I'm really interested about this. I don't know anyone else who does stuff like that.
Oh, really?
But I think specifically for this reason, it's really good, because then you get on a stage in front of hundreds of students, half of which are probably female.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it must be they see you up there and they think I can do that.
Oh my God, when I get a little girl come up to me, I had 2 at the last school that I did last week, 2 little girls come up to me and they were both like, you've really inspired me, I want to learn guitar. And I was like, wow, this is exactly what I'm doing. This is exactly all I want. So things like that means a lot if I get something like that. I just hope that they always ask me who inspired me, so I always tell them it's Taylor Swift, and I always hope that they understand that I'm trying to inspire them. So yeah.
No, I think they definitely do. They must come across that way. But how did you get into doing stuff like that?
Oh my God, I always knew that you could do it. I always thought it was bands though, because like Busted kind of got famous doing that. So I know a lot of bands have done it. Not many people really do it solo in the way that I'm doing it. I think a lot of people do it solo more to spread the message, whereas I'm more doing it to promote Natalie Shay. But it's very eye-opening. It's definitely the biggest lesson of my life has been this. Like, I think I've grown up so much. It's given me independence. Like, you don't realise how every school is different to the one you went to until you go to 100 different schools. All the teachers are different, all the kids are different. It's just so eye-opening and such a sort of big push for me and my confidence, because I don't really like talking in front of a crowd. So now I can do that just about. So I go around literally everywhere. I've been like Manchester, Wales, Liverpool, all around Hertfordshire, Essex. I've been everywhere, and I'm going to keep probably doing it forever, not necessarily in big chunks anymore, because it's quite exhausting when you're doing like 6 hours in a row like every day. But I think I'll probably do like at least sort of 2 or 3 days a month, probably forever, because it's like I really enjoy it. I feel like really good after doing it, and get lots of messages, lots of followers, and yeah, it's fun.
And that's the thing, these are the people that are going to grow up to become your audience.
Exactly, that's why I'm getting in there early.
Yes. So, right, I think it's time for a song.
Okay.
I don't know which one you're going to play.
I was going to do Figure of Eight.
Figure of Eight, yes.
We spoke about it.
Let's have it. This is Figure of Eight.
I've been better, been putting time in me since you've been away. And I thought I found the words to say we're caught in a broken circuit that I meant to break. And it's better if it stays that way. You know I feel guilty, so I learned to cry in secrecy. I never tried to change you, but you made me cool. Tell you what, I untied before I saw you. Half alive, a sucker for you. Take your time, but I'm not gonna hold my breath for you to change. Don't come any closer, 'cause it's written all over your face. Starting over when I know that you'll do it again. You look so good through tinted glass, so shame on me for wanting that. It's maybe too little too late. Stuck in a figure of eight, it's addiction. You know that some of me is starved of affection, and simultaneously you call me over. You tell me I'm insane, that's just your poster. But we go over and over and never get closure. You know I feel guilty, so I learned to cry in secrecy. I never tried to change you, but you made me cold. Just so you know, don't come any closer, 'cause it's written all over your face. No point starting over when I know that you'll do it again. You look so good through tinted glass, so shame on me for wanting that. It's maybe too little too late. Stuck in a figure of eight. Maybe if I step back just a little bit, I'll see what you are and be done with it. Maybe that's the only way to stop me coming to your place. Maybe if I step back just a little bit, I'll see what you are and be done with it. Maybe that's the only way to stop me coming to your place. Don't come any closer, 'cause it's written all over your face. Now I know that you'll do it again. You look so good through tinted glass, so shame on me for wanting that. It's maybe too little too late. Stuck in a figure of eight.
Thanks. Yay! Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Brilliant. We love it. That's brilliant.
Thanks.
We love it. I want to talk more about it before we move on from it, because it has just come out as well.
Oh, please, yes.
It is a bop. It's a banger.
Thanks.
But you specialise in that. You specialise in the writing of bops and bangers. So you've told us what it's about. I want to talk about how it was created. So, I mean, you wrote it with these women.
Yes.
But also the visual. I love talking about visual side, the videos and effects, because you do that so well as well.
Oh, thank you.
So how do you, when you're structuring your releases and you think like, right, this is the song, it's ready, we're going to put it out, how do you finalise all of that? You get all the artwork together and the creative side of things.
Yes. So I've been doing it since, like, for this one, since maybe March, I think.
Wow.
We started. The video was shot in April, so it still isn't finished. I think it's finished, like, this week. So that's coming out, like, in a week. But yeah, so I think I knew I wanted to put this one out. I knew what ones were coming out in the next year, so I've got them all kind of lined up. It was just picking the order. So I picked this one. It was also produced by Sophie as well, so it was female produced. And then I thought on the same theme, got the girl that directed my last video, Eleanor, and she wanted to direct this one. She said she's been through a similar relationship. She was like, I want to make my relationship in the video. I was like, go for it, make it all about you. So the video is kind of just sort of like a healing era sort of piece where, like, you see at the start, like, you're arguing with the guy and then he leaves and then you're all sad about it and you're doing like destructive things, and then by the end you're like having fun and happy again. So that's what the video is about.
It's brilliant.
Yes.
Is that what you hope you're going to do with the music? Like, connect it with, I mean, through videos, but also through the actual music itself? Like, what's the ultimate goal with connecting with audiences? And
yeah, if I ever get a message, someone telling me that they relate to something, then I feel like that's my goal achieved, because I just want people to relate. I think, yeah, a video really tells the story. I think if people don't always listen to lyrics either, so I think you sometimes do need a video to give people the idea of what it's actually about, because you can't always be like, this is about, like, sometimes they might just stumble across it. I think a video sort of adds another dimension to those people that necessarily aren't like lyric people and don't listen to lyrics, because not everybody does do that. No.
I didn't think that. I always just imagine, because I listen to lyrics.
Yeah.
I just imagine that people do.
No,
I've
they
met
don't.
people along the way, like, but how, even the person who I produce with and I write with, he doesn't know the lyrics to our own songs.
Oh,
It's a bit
really?
like, yeah, come on. Speaking of lyrics, you pop up all the time on my feed as an advert with Music Match. Is that how you say it? Music
Match, yes.
Match for the lyrics.
Yes, so they are the company that do all of the lyrics for every time you release a song. If you want your lyrics on Spotify or Instagram or anything, they do for everybody. Like, from all the way up, from the bottom to the top. It's just, they're just the server that does it. But they have like a Artist Pro platform that they've just launched. So when I was in Texas in March for South by Southwest, they were doing something there, and I was the first artist in the world to try this software. For some reason they picked me, which was very cool. So I went in and I tried the software, did like a testimonial and recorded a session and sort of things, and I guess off the back of that now I'm sort of involved with them, which is cool. It's good because I got free access to the platform, so I'm very pleased.
You can't complain.
Yes.
Like a mascot. You touched very casually on the fact that you went to Texas. Just so when I was in Texas last March. But the South by Southwest, that sounds like a major thing.
Yeah, it was very cool.
You played a lot of festivals this year.
I have. It's
well.
been a good year. I've had the best year of my life. I feel like every day I'm just waking up and I'm just crying. Like, honestly, I cry every day. I cry with gratitude. I just feel like so grateful to be alive, and just everything's just going how I wanted it to. I'm just having a really good time and just enjoying and just doing, and yeah, it's been very fun. I've been very lucky to live this life.
Lucky, but the harder you work, the luckier you get.
It's true, you make your own luck, but yeah.
What's been the highlight of the summer? If you had to pick, I mean, it's a hard question, but like if you had to pick one of the festivals you played, what would be the highlight?
Probably the last one. Victorious was the last one.
Victorious.
I think because the lineup was what I would listen to and I would go to. The others were cool, but like they weren't really my kind of lineup. But Victorious was all my favourite bands, and like backstage with them, hanging out with them, and just being there and feeling like this is what I wanted when I started being here and being on the T-shirt with these people. Like, this is cool. So, yeah, that was the best.
Do you feel like live music is, like, the most important part of music to you? I mean, everything is.
To me, it is. Because it's what I started doing. I didn't really record anything for years. Like, I just played live for sort of 5 years. I think I released, like, one song, like, for the first 5. I like playing live the most, I think. Like, I'm a theatre kid, really. So, like, performance is connection, and that's what I like doing, and acting through song and doing all that. So that's my thing. Not for everybody, though. I know lots of people where they're not really about the live at all. So I think it depends. But for me, I would say I'm a live artist primarily. That's my thing.
What's your favourite song to perform live?
Of my songs. At the moment, probably The Edge, because it's the most fun. I like to end on it, and because I'm still kind of not over the friendship thing. Like, it always feels like bit of therapy for me, getting to play it on the stage and being like, I'm here singing this song about my friend.
This is the song that if I think of you, if someone mentions your name, this is the song that comes to my head.
Good.
And I think it's because like it was everywhere when it came out. It was everywhere, and I mean, like, it's a good job by you to do that, because sometimes things just get so lost, don't they? Like in the ether of social media.
I longed it out for ages.
Yeah, but that's what you got to do. You just got to keep pushing at it.
Yeah.
And you did. Is this one you did a dance for?
Yeah, a little dance.
People did the dance, and it's like the dream of all.
Yeah, really cool. So there's this duo called Brookie and Jessie, and they're like a TikTok duo.
Yeah.
So they did a dance to it.
Wow.
And then loads of people did the dance. So there was like loads of people on TikTok doing it, which was really cool to see because they don't necessarily even know who I am, but it's interesting to see them doing the dance. It was very cool.
Does it make a difference? Do you see anything off the back of that?
I did, because I made the effort to try and interact with every post, like, and sort of, even if like I don't sort of be like, this is brilliant, and like, so that they knew that I was the person who made the song.
Right.
So I did get quite a few followers from it, and I think it's just having that sort of out there on TikTok means that the sound does better in general. So it's good to have a popular sound on TikTok. Yeah.
Are you going to play The Edge for us today?
I will. Should I play that now?
If you're ready to play it now.
I feel like we're there
ready.
now.
I'm ready for The Edge anytime.
Okay, this is The Edge. No, I'll do even higher than that. Why not?
I thought you liked that, dancing around the car. We wear the same hat, but I never took it too far. And wasting time, but I know I'm on your mind. And how could you forget I tried when you wanna leave it all behind? You're gonna come back round, no doubt. Think I'm in the palm of your hand again. So how did we go down? Turns out we were just dancing too close to the edge. And now that the feeling's gone too long, you were just a sorry excuse for a friend. And it's better to cool down. Too late now for dancing close. We're just dancing too close to the edge. It's not a wet dream, it's not a secret, it's not a flaw. I'll give you life back, and when you're standing at my front door, we're just wasting time. And you're playing games online, I'm starting to regret I tried. And you wanna leave it all behind. You're gonna come back round, no doubt. Think I'm in the palm of your hand again. So how did we go down? Turns out we were just dancing too close to the edge. And now that the feeling's gone too long, you were just a sorry excuse for a friend. And it's better to cool down. Too late now for dancing close. We're just dancing too close to the edge. Dancing close to the edge. Dancing close again. Yeah. No, no, I will be fooling if you let me go. So just let me go, 'cause I want that. You're gonna come back round, no doubt. Think I'm in the palm of your hand again. Yeah. So how did we go down? Turns out we were just dancing too close to the edge. And now that the feeling's gone too long, you were just a sorry excuse for a friend. And it's better to cool down. Too late now for dancing close. We're just dancing too close to the edge. Dancing close to the edge. Dancing close again. No, too late now for dancing close. We're just dancing too close to the edge. Thanks.
Yay! Yeah! Thank you, everybody.
Brilliant. That's just so much fun. I don't know, it just makes you feel good. And it's a bit weird because it's about something more sad.
Yes, it's about falling out with my best friend last year, which I'm still not over at all. Not even one bit, literally, not at all.
Maybe a whole album is due for
Oh my
this
god,
subject.
well, I've got an EP after this EP, and I've got a whole plan.
You've got ammunition.
I've got a whole plan. Ready to go,
Yep.
yeah.
I mean, you touched on your music being therapy to you, but I think a lot of people do that as well. They write from that point of view.
Yeah.
You I think that comes through in your live performance.
Does it?
It becomes physical. It
Good,
becomes
yes.
you just it's punchy.
Good,
It's
I
a
feel that. I'm
powerhouse.
happy because that's what I get so much adrenaline, and if the set's not quite long enough to supplement the amount of adrenaline, and I come off and I feel like awful. Like I feel just like I can't. I can't keep still. It feels horrible. Like it's too much adrenaline. But I get so into it.
Yeah.
I love it though. It's fun. Yeah, it's good.
You can tell because it has to come from that place, I think. But like at the same time, this must be something you can't keep up all the time.
No.
Just for like well-being and health. And how do you balance that feeling? Because people, I think, struggle a lot in music with the big peaks and troughs. Do you feel like you're still kind of grappling with it?
I'm so bad at it, but I'll just be honest, like I haven't had a trough since January, and it's just been so good since January, so I've just been so high and so happy since January, but I just know that as soon as like it doesn't, I'm going to be back down there again. I know I will, but yeah, I can't manage it. I don't know how to do that, but I've just had a really good year. I've just had such a good year. I'm just having a good time.
Well, I suppose you kind of just hope that you're going to ride the wave forever.
I hope so.
You might. You never know. You might genuinely.
At least for, hopefully, if I could do another 9 years, then I've done 20 years of music, and I feel like that's a brilliant 20 years of it being good, yeah.
Do you tend to look forward like that? Would you plan and you think like, okay, I'm going to plan the next 5 years out, and you work towards the goals? Or do you just do short-term little bits?
I kind of see my life as like, this is the one shot I get at this. Like I'm going to give it absolutely everything. I'm going to put absolutely all the money that I make into it. I'm going to put absolutely all of my time, all of my energy, absolutely everything, because I'm not going to sit and look back one day and be like, oh, because I didn't do that or do that, that's why I didn't get, like, I don't want to have anything to blame myself for. Like, I have one shot at this. I'm putting everything into it. I don't really know what I'm doing in the next sort of 9 years, but I know that, like, this is it, this is my life, this is what I'm doing, and this is the part of my life that I'm going to look back on, this is the part of my life I'm going to tell my kids about, like, this is where I was made, like, this is the person I'm becoming, and everything I do now is, like, this, like, the heights of which I can develop as a person and what I can experience and what I can learn is only really going to come from this part, so I'm trying to do everything so that I can grow in this period of my life. It sounds a bit emotional, but yeah.
It's admirable though. I think a lot of people struggle with that, and if you can like look past that kind of like, self-doubt and constant tiredness or doubts and about everything, then you do, I guess you achieve more because you have the right mindset.
I think it's definitely a mindset thing. I used to not really have the best mindset. I think, I used to sort of compare myself to people a lot and get jealous and get sort of annoyed at like things. And I don't really have any advice other than like when you've done the minimum that you consider having made it, which I reached this year, it just becomes easier. And I don't really know how to give anybody advice if they're not quite there yet, because like I didn't have any for myself. I really struggled with it. But now I feel like I've done like enough to sort of be like, this is what I plan to achieve, and it all just becomes much easier and nicer, and you're happy all the time. So
I do think a lot of people put success up on this like pedestal,
for sure.
I like in some way you think you know what you mean by success, and then when you stop and think about it, you're like, what am I actually aiming for? So I think if you set yourself a smaller, like maybe the everyday is the success.
I just wanted to sort of permeate the like inner circle, and I feel like I'm on the outskirts of that now. So I'm like, I'm meeting the people that I always dreamt of meeting and working with the people I always dreamt of writing with, and just I feel like even if I'm there in a little way, this is where I want it to be. So I feel good about that. Yeah. When
do you feel that change of mindset happened? Or is it just a gradual
thing?
Literally
probably since last summer. I started playing like proper festivals last summer. I had a good festival summer last year. And that sort of was like, okay, we're here now. Like, this is the stages I want. Like, I usually get sad about not playing. So, like, I'm playing them now. That was good. And then I think, obviously, the sort of momentum over this year is just sort of, I've ticked off a lot of things. Like, Radio 1 was a big one for me. So I ticked that one off. I'm like, great, I've done that now. It feels great. I just think once it sort of started, but I sort of had 10 years before that where I wasn't feeling like this. So, yeah.
Do you think people have like a barrier that they've made up with things like getting on Radio 1 or just, you were at the BBC earlier?
Yes, today.
Just like doing little bits. I think people have an expectation that they won't be able to make it there unless they're already at a certain level. But is it better, would you say, to think about it like, you might as well try?
Oh, you should definitely try.
Always. Just try everything. Even if it seems huge.
Oh my God, I don't say no to anything. I say yes to absolutely everything. I do everything. Like, sleep is not even something I even consider. I'm just like, no. Like, no, I don't care. I have to do everything, take every opportunity. Because you never know, like, what something's going to lead to. Like, so many, like, all the things I've done have sort of come from 5 different interactions from 5 different places that have met people, and that's all sort of come together into like, even the Radio 1, it was like I met the presenter, she interviewed me at the festival that I played, and then like I met the producer somewhere else, and then I got a radio plugger who I met through somebody else somewhere else. Like, so many different things came together to getting that song on Radio 1. So it's, you never know, like, it's not just one thing, like one email. It's, you have to say yes to everything, because you don't know how many different things are going to make up that one massive opportunity. Like, you don't know, so you just have to do as much as possible.
Such as this Alpha Sessions 15th anniversary broadcast. This might be the moment. This is it.
Hell yeah.
You've got one more song left. And
I'm going to change what I said I was going to play there. Yeah.
Oh, no, that's fine. I love that. I love the unexpected.
Yes.
So what are we going to have to
I remembered that I put another song out on Friday, last Friday. So it came out with Figure of Eight. So it's like the B-side. So I'm doing this thing now whenever I release a single. Because I obviously I like doing the singles and the bangers, but my heart is in the acoustic. That's what I do. But there's not really like a Radio 1 market for that. Yeah. And I want to be on Radio 1, not anywhere else. So I'm like, okay, if I'm going to do that, that's fine. But I still need to get my little passion pieces out somehow, like my little self-written 4am guitar songs. So every time I put out a single, I'm going to put out a B-side, which I have done for the last two, with all the title in lowercase, so you know it's a B-side. And it's going to be like me telling the story of the single, but in a sort of more like, in my sort of guitar way. So it's just like the depth of the song in a less shiny pop way. So I put out a song last Friday with Figure of Eight called Play, and it's about that.
Wow. Okay, well, before you play us out, thank you for coming on yet again, Natalie Shay.
Thank you for having me.
I've had a lovely time. Don't go if you're listening. We've got more people coming up. Kitty Montague, Natalie Lindy, Danny Toman. So, sing us out.
Cool.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much. This is my dad's favourite song.
I always knew it wouldn't last, it couldn't last, it never should. You told me once that I was bad, took what I had and lost it good. But I never told my friends, 'cause I always knew the end would. You found me young when I was dumb, I saw the world in black and white. I needed you to shake me up, give tougher love, make me your wife. But I never took that chance, distraction, blooded circumstance. And you don't get who I am, and you don't fit my plan. But carry me away when I can't see straight. Don't misunderstand, I needed a man to smother me and pity me this way. Together we could ruin me as play. I always knew that you and I, a point in time to scar me deep. My fear of failure and my pride with you combined put me to sleep. Encouraging my shame, I loved you in the right way. And you don't get who I am, and you don't fit my plan. But carry me away when I can't think straight. Get me high, twist my hand, punish me best you can when I'm giving up. Escape a stressful day. Together we could ruin me as play. Into the fire, you changed me for the better. I can never tame that wild desire, and now I blame it on the weather. Feel me when you're low, miss my body, let me go.